I'll call the meeting to order. So this is, I believe, the full complement of the board. Since our last meeting, Jake Dodge resigned. So we need to get a new, and I don't know, Justin, if that's something that the selectmen push out to the committees, or I should be reaching out, because we still don't have a recreation representative, and now we need one because Jake was on representing the, was it Conservation Commission?
Yeah, you should reach out to each of the chairs.
Okay.
If you don't know who it is, let me know.
Okay. So, but, is this recording? Yeah, it is. Okay. All right. All right. So the first item is just to approve the meeting minutes from our December meeting. Did everyone get a chance to look at those? Okay. Any issues or discussion with them?
I didn't say anything that I saw anyway.
Okay. Okay. We think we're good? Everybody have anything they want to change or bring up? All right. Can I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes of December 12th?
Motion to approve.
Okay, a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Adam? All right. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, all right, thank you, Richard. All right, so now the next thing, and the only thing really on our agenda is just to vote on the two CPA applications we received. So the first one is from the Historical Commission. We obviously discussed this at length at the meeting for the pre-application vote. So they're looking for $1,100 to purchase and have made historical markers or placards for some of the new properties in town that were designated as historical buildings since the last time they got these signs. As I think I sent you guys all back when we did the pre-application things, this is a very, very common use of CPA funds, to the point where I think when I looked at the Community Preservation Coalition website and looked up, historical markers, historical placards, I got 72 pages of results, and I was able to give you all like A's and B's in terms of the examples of those. Does anyone have any questions or discussions about the historical markers that they want to bring up?
I would hope that we approve it.
Okay.
And allow it.
All right. Can I have a second on that? Oh, do we need a second?
Second.
Second. Okay. All right. So all in favor of voting to approve the historical placards for the Historical Commission? Aye. Okay. And Elaine, do you abstain? Is that okay? So Elaine abstained, but for that. All right. All right. So the next one is the second one is from the. Is yours a bird, Adam? We got cats and birds, and yeah.
I'm on airplane mode.
Yeah.
I thought I lowered it down.
Yeah.
For some reason that didn't
Even
go.
when I lower mine, it still goes.
Okay.
But I better put mine on.
You got my
I
squirrel.
want to know what you got.
So the second application we received was from the town itself, via Kathy Keefe, for money to work on an open space and recreation plan for Whitman. And I think this is obviously one step. I think that they're to move forward in terms of some of the other things they want to do in terms of grants and things like that. Is that correct, Justin?
Yes. So the short summary for this is we're looking at long-term putting either a conservation restriction or an agricultural deed restriction on Hornstra Farms. This would make us eligible for state money to do that.
Yeah.
So this is having an open space plan is one of the steps that they require in order to consider those.
Yes. So that was, again, I think when we looked at this in December, the December meeting, this is also something that communities use CPA money for quite often. So there's no obviously issues with eligibility. It's just a matter of whether or not we as a committee think this is a worthwhile use of our CPA funds. Does anyone have any questions or things they want to discuss about it?
Just to be clear, Smith County, not just for the Oyster Farm, but for all kinds of.
Right.
No, this is
state grants.
correct. Any kind of,
Recreation.
this tends to be more, land grants, recreation grants, that kind of thing.
Right, so like Hornsford Farms is like the one the town is looking at now, but it would be the idea that we'd be able to do this in the future with any kind of other,
So yeah, good practice. If the town had a town planner, these plans would all be maintained.
Right.
regularly on a
because was it,
basis.
because it lapsed, right? That was,
our
we
current
yeah,
space plan is from like 2004.
Yeah.
2007. Yeah.
so, okay.
Who provides the 50% match on that? Is that,
Full Colony Planning Council, they get money from the state on their side to do it.
okay.
Yeah, so what they're looking for is the estimated cost of this plan would be $60,000. They're looking for $30,000 from CPA funds.
Who drafts the article for town meeting? Is that Kathy? It's gotta be worded in some, I'm sure.
Yeah, well,
To go through town council, it's gotta be worded that it's,
although that's a good,
we're, $60,000, $30,000 from CPA, $30,000 from
yeah,
a
that
grant.
is a good reminder that the warrant is closing today. I would I'll mention it upstairs, but you should shoot a placeholder email over saying these are the two projects we're considering. Or
Okay.
have recommended.
Okay,
You'll get the right language there later, but just
Okay.
these are-
and then the same thing with the putting the money in the various
yeah, budget.
reserve accounts. Okay, so I'll do that and send that over in the morning. All right. Any other? Yes, Elaine.
So the warrant would not specifically indicate construct.
Correct.
Right.
No, this money is for an open space.
It's for an open space plan.
It will really span. Yeah,
They just happen to be using some of the money for Hornstra.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
they could. Yeah,
It shouldn't say.
it should say. Yeah,
This will make us eligible for grants for Hornstra if anyone asks why are we doing this now.
yeah.
Trying to say it
Yeah,
shouldn't say.
it shouldn't say.
Right. Yeah.
Thanks. Correct.
Right. It seems like this is just a thing we're supposed to have anyways. So, okay. All right. Any other questions or concerns or thoughts? Okay. So I guess I'll move to a vote. All in favor of approving the application for the open space and recreation plan? Okay.
Aye.
All right, unanimous? Okay. All right, so I'll put those in a placeholder thing and send that over to the selectman's office, to Ms. Carter. And
I know you voted 5-5, but
Yeah.
did someone move? Did someone second?
oh,
I don't think so.
okay,
I'll make a motion.
okay,
Second.
yep, okay.
Thank you.
So Patty and Elaine, thank you, I missed that. All right. So on the agenda, we have public comment. The only member of the public here is Mr. Evans. Do you have anything you want to address to the committee?
Is that enough already tonight?
Okay, yeah. All right, so,
Oh, actually, I do have something for you guys.
okay,
On the two-step application process.
yeah,
So, something maybe to consider for next year if you were open to amending it. The way that the state's community one-stop grant program works, I think might be a decent model. So rather than having a formal two-step, they have an expression of interest period where it's a short form, they provide feedback, and then there's the actual application period. So to allow for late projects
yeah,
to come in, you could have an optional first pass, is this an eligible project? And then a later full application if you missed that first deadline.
okay,
I know the town was late to get our open space in,
yeah.
so it'd be,
No, it's something to think about, and I know that we had talked about doing, for our meeting, meeting after town meeting and doing all of the pre-application stuff in that June meeting, so that it would give time so we can get it over to the, the IT people to get it up on the website and give them plenty of time before, those deadlines. So, something we'll definitely discuss when we, bring that up. So the question, I guess, the next question before we adjourn is just like the next meeting date. Do we have, I guess the question, maybe, John, this might be something that you might have some insight into, like, obviously last year, I think our there were more applications, there were more questions about the applications. Do you think that do we need to meet in March? Because I think the next step would just be to make sure that we have the warrant article ready for town meeting.
Yeah, that's the other thing for us to review the warrant article, I guess. But
Let's say selectmen will probably vote to finalize the warrant around April 16th. So if you didn't have a March meeting, you'd want to have one in early April if you're going to make any changes.
Right. So the question is, I don't know that we're necessarily going to need a March meeting and an April meeting, right? And so the question is, do we meet in March or we meet in April? Like, I don't know if it makes a difference to anybody what we do. If it makes sense to meet in March and, finish make sure that we vote on the warrant language article, the warrant article language in March, or if we wait till April. I don't know if anyone has any thoughts on March versus April. But
Justin, I mean,
what do you think, Justin?
last year the articles were actually drafted in the selected office.
I think so, yeah. So we're probably just going to, at least for putting the money in the buckets, we'll copy last year's article.
Okay.
And then whatever language you need for the specific projects, we can probably get.
Okay.
Yeah. It would help to have a voted and recommended by the Community Preservation Committee to print on the warrant.
Mhm.
So having a meeting, either maybe late March.
Okay.
Covers those bills.
I mean, I think. Do you want to schedule a March meeting and then not have an April and May meeting, and then what do you like? I'm just looking for kind of feedback from people in terms of, I know everyone's busy. Yeah.
First week in April?
Okay.
April 2nd is a Tuesday.
Tuesday's good for me.
Yeah,
Okay.
April 2nd's better.
April 2nd. Okay. So why don't we'll set our next meeting April 2nd. We'll do 5:30, and that will be primarily to just vote and approve the language of the warrant article that I will work with the selectman's office and people up there to draft, so that it's like you said, the putting things in the reserve accounts is pretty simple. We just have to copy over the language from last year and just, I guess, update the amounts, the projections, and then we can include, I think this is what I did last year, is included the language from the individual applications as the kind of description of the project for the warrant article, so that the language was coming from the groups that were proposing the thing, instead of us trying to kind of summarize it, just being like, this is what they said they're going to do, and just keeping that simple. So it shouldn't be very difficult. So we'll meet on April 2nd at 5:30, and I'll make sure that we get copies of the warrant article language to you guys in advance of that meeting. All right. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
All right. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep.